There's a hunger that's inside me. See the full moon as it guides me. There's a hunger that's inside me. There's a hunger that's inside me.
What movie was it? Hold on. What up? What up? What it do? It's your boy Ganja Juan back with another review. And thank you for tuning in to Blazing with Ganja, where we always blazing something amazing. And today, we're going to talk about Alien Romulus, because that movie was some fire. Been a big, huge fan of the Alien franchise since the very first movie. Saw the very first movie when I was like, probably 7. on like UPN or something like that. Loved it since then. Of course, Aliens was nasty. Aliens 3. I'm even a lover of Aliens Resurrection. I like that movie. I saw it on my birthday the year it came out in theaters. It was crazy. I don't know how we got in. I think we snuck in. I like how it opened. It opened with the title, you know what I'm saying? It did the little lines and everything. It was just like the classic part 1 with the Alien Romulus coming up. And like I said, it switched the little letters around and everything. It was pretty cool. I like that. Then we had it surprised me with even the opening with them, I guess the research crew from the Alien Romulus Corporation, the big bad villains of the whole entire franchise. The Alien Romulus Corporation is coming in on the wreckage of the Nostromo, which was, like I said, surprising because I didn't honestly expect to see that. But even still, since the movie is an integral set between 1 and 2, that does make sense. So to open with them collecting the wreckage from the Nostromo and them even finding the alien, which I guess has cocooned itself in some kind of like black casing, that was pretty cool to see. So then we have our main character who goes by Rain, and in every Alien movie you have an homage to the Ripley character. They did it in Prometheus. They even did it in Alien vs. Predator with Sanaa Lathan. And then she even has a brother type figure, which is the android of the movie. Just like every other Alien movie, you always have a synthetic on the board helping them out. This one is named Andy. He's played by David Johnson, and they even have a relationship to where she even looks at him like a brother, which was different. And I actually liked him because I like the way he played it. So they're stuck down on a planet. I'm not exactly sure what planet this is. They didn't specify like an LV-24 or anything like that. But it was a mining colony, which harkened back to even Aliens. I like that. That's what it even reminded me of visually. They're stuck down on this planet. She actually even runs into one of her exes and his little crew. And what they want to do is get some cryopods from a space station up above the planet, which is named Romulus. It's actually in 2 halves. You got the Romulus side and the Remus side. They're trying to get on the Romulus side so they can get the cryopods because they want to make a journey to another planet because they're stuck on the mining planet and they want to get off. So get the cryopods because the journey is going to be long. I think the journey is going to be, like they said, like 9 years or something like that. So they're going to need the cryopods to make the full journey. So, of course, they convince Rain to go on the journey, and they need her little brother, Ash, who's the synth, like I said, but they need the synth to go with them, and he's the key to all of it because they need him to be able to talk to the onboard computer once they get on the space station, which is called Mother. Once they can talk to Mother, they can get in and get the cryopods. So once there, this is some of my favorite stuff because this is where the atmosphere comes in. That was one of my favorite things about the movie, especially the beginning half. The whole thing, the production, the visuals, the set design, even the old school like CRTVs and everything harkened back to the original Alien. And with the atmosphere playing out, it was very, very moody, very dark, very shadowy. A lot of something may be creeping around a corner or lurking in the dark, which I love. Now that they're on board the space station, they find the room with the cryopods. Once they get in, I really like this part because what it looks like is there's a bunch of now lab-grown face huggers because they're not in the ovomorphs, which is the egg that they usually come from. They're in like a man-made kind of pod. And then, of course, when they get in the room, I think they knock off the temperature of the room, so it sets off the pods and the face huggers start breaking out. Even across the floor, there's a layer of water probably about 2 feet or maybe like 1.5 feet that add a level of creepiness, because like you got the face huggers creeping around in the water and you don't know where they're at. So the 2 dudes are in the room. Once them things start jumping out, you got my man over there with a gun. He knocking face huggers out the air and shit. The shit was awesome. Very, very tension filled. With them being stuck in the room with the face huggers, they need a chip from an android that they ran across outside of the room. They put the chip inside of Andy, which actually even messes with his directive a little bit, but he's actually even able to get them out the room. Once out of the room, a face hugger also gets out and gets on one of their friends. And of course, you know what happens with that. You get an alien implanted in your chest, which leads to another hot part, which was actually on the trailer, where she's got a little X-ray device where it's like has a light on it. Of course, they tease that she puts it behind her arm. You can see through the arm once she has the implantation in her chest, the embryo in her chest. They put the light behind her and you can see the little alien baby crawling around in her chest. It was pretty freaky. So in all of that commotion and trying to get back to the ship, they somehow crashed their ship into the space station, which knocks the space station off course out of its orbit. And there's rings around the planet below. So now the space station is like lurching towards the ring, which sets off a countdown of danger. Always gotta have a countdown of danger in the background, you know what I'm saying? That keeps the pressure on. At one point, they even have to make it through the space station to another room. But inside this room, there's about 50 some odd face huggers. But Andy, the synth, he lets them know that if they keep their temperature at a certain level and if they stay calm, if they raise the temperature in the room, they will be able to move through the room, because the face huggers see through like thermals. Made for another pretty tense scene. I like it. Now, let's stop for a second, because like I said, Andy, the synth droid, needed a chip. The chip came from another android that they found while lurking through the space station. This droid was cut in half. When it was laying over, I looked at it and I said, that looks like Ash from off of part 1. Lo and behold, they turned this synth over and that's exactly who it is. But it's not exactly Ash. It's another character by the name of Rook, a whole nother synthezoid, who they digitally put a face over to look like Ash from the first movie. Which was a weird choice, because it's like, it really didn't have to necessarily be that character. And I understand connective tissue throughout the movies as well, but like, that was just fan service just to be fan service. Because like I said, if you wanted to even connect it closer, with this being closer to like even the prequels, it could have been a droid that looked like David, or just something. It was just an odd choice. And of course, since that droid was working for the company, once they put that chip into Andy, he gets rewritten, and now he starts working for the company and going against the crew, our crew that we're following. In all this confusion, they run across a lab, which inside the lab, there's vials that contain the black goo, which connects this all back to Prometheus, which I wonder if they were going to do, because especially with us being so close to the release of the prequels, and this even being a quasi-prequel itself, even though it's an integral set between 1 and 2. I was wondering just if they were going to touch on that at all. And for them to bring Prometheus in it brings it full circle, because now the Prometheus mythology is linked into the actual mythology of Alien, and there's nothing that anybody can do about that. And I know there's going to be a lot of haters out there, but at this point in time, who really cares? This franchise has been out so long, and there's been so many moving parts to it. It's all one machine at this point. So when they find the lab in the black goo, of course, because at this point, there's an alien from the chestburster from a little bit earlier, but now there's even more aliens that they found down further in the ship, the space station. And there's a pretty cool scene where they have to get through a corridor that's actually filled with aliens, because they have to get to an elevator shaft. the whole movie, the gravity has been kind of wonky on the space station. It's been going on and off. So they'll have characters floating or things floating in the background. They'll fall because the gravity will get restored. In this scene, the aliens are in there, so she uses that to her advantage. She has the pulse rifle, an early prototype that she's given by her boyfriend. The pulse rifle off of Aliens. And like I said, it's an early prototype, but on this one, it has an actual aim assist mechanic, which is actually pretty cool. Reminded me of a video game or something like that. So when the gravity starts to go wonky again, she sits there and fires through all the aliens, releasing the blood. So then they even got a N0G move through the blood and everything like that. The scene was pretty crazy. I like that one. So all of that to finally get to the ship in the end. They make it. At one point in time, one of her friends is given a vial of the black goo, and she's told that it'll actually heal her and make her better. Of course, we know that's a lie. And I thought at this point in time, the movie had kind of ended. It's like, I thought that they were even setting that up for maybe even a sequel or something like that. But then you have the tacked on ending where, of course, the girl, she injected herself with the black goo and she ends up having a baby. And the baby, it reminded me of Alien Resurrection, the scene at the end with the newborn. But this time, it's like, since it was the black goo, it's almost like a 7-foot lanky Prometheus slash engineer looking xenomorph looking baby. It's crazy. It looks a little human, but like I said, it looks like an engineer as well because it has the pale white skin, the dark eyes. It even has a tongue with a little mouth on it. That reminded me of like Blade 2 with the Reapers. But and like I said, the ending was tacked on, which I actually didn't mind. Okay, now I looked over at my girlfriend, and like I said, the movie had ended already. So for it to go into the tacked on ending, which is a whole second ending, I could see her getting a little restless because like I said, the movie had ended at this point. What I think would have been an easier pill to swallow was we had saw the girl inject herself, so we kind of knew something was coming. Like I said, me personally, I thought it was going to be set up for another movie. What I think would have happened, a transition into the tacked on ending would have been, say, our homegirl Rain was putting the girl in the cryopod like she was, and then the girl in the cryopod's hand rolled over and the vial rolled out, and then we realized, oh no, she's injected herself. I think that would have been easier to swallow because then we would have said, oh shit, to ourselves, now what? And then if we would have saw the baby thing, it would have been like a gut punch. You see what I'm saying? And we would have went into that ending a little easier. But that's just my opinion. But what I will say is, to sum all of this up, I actually had a fantastic time with this movie. I liked it way better than the 2 Alien prequels, even though I did like them. It's just, I walked out of this movie feeling a lot better than I did with Prometheus. Prometheus was a little weird to me. Even Alien Covenant. I even like the movie of Alien Covenant a little better than Prometheus, even though I like the ideas in Prometheus a little better. I just think Alien Covenant was a tighter movie. I like that one a little bit better, but I like this one way better than both of them. I'll put this up there, shit, with Aliens, Alien Resurrection, and now Alien Romulus. We don't talk about Alien 3, we just don't. I'm sorry. But yeah, it showed me a lot of cool things. It showed me some new things. That part, I like when there's established lore or there's things we've seen a million times in a franchise, and you can play with those things and show me something new with those things. So like to see that face hugger grab that guy's face and it's trying to get in his mouth and he's like, oh, 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 oh. Yeah, that was crazy. Or even like I said, the X-ray machine, because to know, we've always seen them get impregnated and we're just waiting for the chest burster to burst out. So to see a new angle of it, of her putting the light behind her chest and to see it move around and everything like that, that was pretty cool. And let's talk about, there's like a new type of movie, all right? It's like, all right, I go to the movies with my girlfriend a lot, and my girlfriend's a little bit younger than me, so she hasn't seen a lot of the movies or a lot of classic movies. So now a movie will come out in a franchise where a lot of things from the franchise are in it, or it could be an amalgamation of the franchise, and I can show her this and she can get it, she can see exactly what the point is of the entire franchise. Or like I said, there's elements from the franchise, so you can see this piece, you can see this piece, you can see this piece here, and like I said, it encompasses everything about it. So now this is your entry point and you get exactly why I like it. This is one of those type of movies for me. I really like what they did here. And trust me, you got a lot of naysayers out there who are saying things like, oh, well, it's just a ripoff of this. It's just a ripoff of this. Or they did this better here. They did this better here. Yes, all of that is true. But on this one, I looked at this as being a lot of homages to what came before, wrapped up in a nice, neat package. I felt like this movie was made by a fan, Fede Alvarez, who finally got to make something that he was a fan of, his version of it. He was in the director's chair and made his vision. So, I enjoyed myself. We had a very good time. All right, so Alien Romulus, it was some fire to me. I liked it. Let me know what y'all think. Please get to me in the comments because I read them. I like it. I like the interaction. I'll definitely get back and talk to y'all. So, like I said, holla at me in the comments. Let me know what y'all thought about it. Even tell me some movies y'all might want to see me do next. I want to start doing Throwback Thursdays. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do old movies on Thursdays. We're going to still do the new releases as they come out. Get at me. Like and subscribe. Watch the next video. Watch my old video. Watch the one about Captain America. Watch the one about D23. Get at me until next time. Peace.